Wow, okay, this is me going back, but I'm gonna edit it so I appear in front. And wow, it was actually in 4K, so the rest of the video is in 4K, and I found out you have to set the quality of the recording, whether you want full HD or 4K before that, and then you go into the Play Memories app, and you can't change it once you're in, but you set it up and then you go into the Play Memories app. And then it all works like that. So great. Enjoy this in 4K if you have a fast connection and a 4K monitor. All right. Okay, I have to say, this is actually pretty cool. So I update the Play Memories app inside the Sony A7R, which is this camera here, and I can actually see a live feed of what I'm recording from my iPad or mobile phone. Now I played around with this before and I uploaded a video, but I had the old version. So when you update that, and by the way, updating is a bit of a pain in the ass because you've got to log into your Wi-Fi. You type the password on that little keyboard. Now, of course, it doesn't have a touch screen, so you've got to use a thumb wheel to click, 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 click. Just about 1,000 clicks to type in the letters, and worse if you have numbers and uppercase and lowercase. And then once you go in, you've got to enter your Sony membership, whatever it is, password, as well as your user account, which is your email. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. But once you've done it, you can update your software. Now this is different to the firmware. This is the app inside the camera. So it is something you need to update unless you buy. I think you have to update it anyway, because when you buy it, it's got the original one. So I updated this, and now I can actually control a lot of things from here. I can change this is on video, so, oh cool, it's actually detected my face. I can't change it while I'm recording, but I can change the mode from full manual to program to aperture priority or shutter speed priority. That's disabled because I'm recording, but I can change my shutter speed. So I can change it here, or I can drag this up. Of course on my manual, so when I drag it up, it's going to go dark. I'm going to bring it back to 1/25th of a second, which is what I'm recording at now. Change my aperture. As you can see here, I can go f16. I'm going to go really dark right now, but I can also bump the ISO up. So here we go. I have the ISO all the way up to ISO 25,600, and you can see there. And hopefully it looks okay. I mean, this is f16 and at 1020p. Now I've got to test this at 4K, and hopefully that works as well. So anyway, I'm going to bring this back down to f4, and that way we get rid of all the noise. So I think I was at ISO 1000 before. That looks alright. A little bit brighter is cool. And this is what I was trying to get with the video diary before. I can actually see the record time here, so I know it's recording and I know how long it's going to be before it hits that really annoying 30-minute mark, which is a EU limitation, it should be scrapped because they want to charge extra tax for camcorders or video recorders or video cameras, but still cameras are cheaper. But now that stills can do video, they put in a limitation. So this 30-minute limitation on DSLRs is quite annoying. And one manufacturer that does it well is Canon, because they do 30 minutes, but as soon as it hits the 30 minutes, it does another file and it doesn't even skip a frame, or so I've been told. But I'm on a Sony, and that means as soon as you hit the 30-minute mark, it cuts it and there's no more. So if you're filming something in one take that's quite long, which can quite happen, which is quite possible if you're doing like a long interview, or if you're doing auditions or a big show and you can't really cut it, then you're limited to 30 minutes. So it's actually kind of annoying. It's probably not a huge issue if you're a filmmaker, because your takes are only going to be, you know, a minute long at most, and usually only a few seconds, because you only need a few seconds of footage. Anyway, this is me blabbing on again. It's actually quite cool. I want to load this thing. I want to mount this thing. I've got a little iPad mount, and I want to put it next to the camera out of frame, just here where the lens is, so I can actually see how my framing is. I can make sure it's in focus. I can actually see a little square around my face, around my head, so I know that I'm in focus, and you know, no surprises. I wish it had sound levels. I'm using the clip mic. I have no idea if the sound's working or if it's getting picked up. So it would be cool if we had more features here, but this isn't bad. This version compared to the old version is a lot more functionality. So I wouldn't mind some audio bars so I can monitor the audio, but kind of happy with the record. And you know, if I'm doing blogging stuff or panel stuff, show panel stuff here, I'll probably have a separate sound recorder, because the sound is just a bit cleaner with the H1 zoom. Alright, well, this is pretty cool, and I think that's my video of the day. I still need to test out the 4K, so I'm going to do that next, but there's no real point showing that it either works or it doesn't, and I can leave a comment on the show notes. So, that's it for today's Josh Tan's Video Diary. Well, it's not it, because I'm going to tell you about my schedule. I've been really busy. I've been shooting non-stop this week, and work just comes in. You know, when you're a freelancer, work kind of can be a bit slow, but suddenly you get like too much work and it's too much to handle. So it comes in spurts, and then it gets really busy, and then later on I'll be thinking, oh, am I in the wrong career again, because it's quiet for like a week or a month or 2 months. So, well, you kind of get used to it as a freelancer, and I've been a freelancer pretty much almost all of my working career. So started assisting, and then started working as a freelancer at Electric Art and assisting other photographers, and then trying to build up my own photography career. Then moved to Hong Kong and started doing all this. So freelancing work, some people don't like it because of the instability, but I think it's fun. And you know, over the long term, you're up and down, but you kind of build up steadily like that. So it's just something to get used to. All right, well, this is kind of a shorter Josh Tan's Video Diary, 7 minutes. You've heard me waffle long enough, and I do this because I want real practice time in front of the camera to get more natural at it. And I need to learn to be a bit more concise and try to be a bit more entertaining as well. So some of the things I'm working on, which is why I ramble on, and I don't cut. This is all one cut. Well, I don't cut usually. Sometimes I do if I'm doing a panel. But just lots of practice time, and I'm glad you're watching this if you are. Leave me a comment and tell me why you're watching this, because it's not the most fun stuff in YouTube. It's just me practicing, and I think later on this channel will become a little bit more polished once I've finished my at least one video a day for 100 days part. I will probably do them less, but spend more time polishing them up, have more interesting content. I'll probably keep the channel there, so that's kind of my long-term plans for this channel. Alright, well, I am actually going to cut it here, and I have a nice stop button there, so as soon as I hit that, it's going to end the video. So finally, thanks for watching Josh Tan's Video Diary, and I'm out of here.